So macronutrients. What are macronutrients? So macronutrients are everything that we eat. They make up our calories. So the last video we talked about what your calories are. Macronutrients make up your calorie number. Everybody's calorie number is slightly different. It's filled with proteins, fats and carbohydrates. So proteins are the building blocks of all our muscles. Proteins contain the 9 essential amino acids to build muscle. And it is also good at regulating blood sugar and hormones and helps us with satiety, so we feel fuller for longer. Protein also burns more calories when consumed than fats or carbs. It's called thermic effect of feeding. And ultimately, this helps with fat loss. That's all you need to know. Fats. Fats are very important to our health, and some fats are healthier than others. Choosing healthy fats from vegetable sources more than like animal sources will help lower your risk of heart attacks, strokes and major health complications. Fats are really good at regulating, looking after your hormones and the transfer of minerals and vitamins from food into the bloodstream. If you don't eat enough good fats, then your hair will start being brittle, your fingernails will fall off, you'll mess up your hormones, you'll mess up your menstrual cycle if you're a woman. All these many different complications about not eating enough fats. Then we've got carbohydrates, and these are split. Well, I split these up. There's many different ways to split carbohydrates up. The best way for me to remember, for me to explain to clients, is I split them up in 3 different things. So you've got, so the first one is fiber. So fiber includes things like vegetables, fruit, nuts, everything that's natural, everything that grows in the ground, everything that looks organic, everything that looks healthy generally has fiber. Some have more fiber content than others. So fiber is important because it contains all the vitamins and minerals important for our health. And fibrous foods also help satiety, like protein does. Keeps us fuller for longer and balances out our blood sugars and hormones. Again, very similar to protein. Preventing sugar cravings and binges on sweet or salty foods. So if we fill our diet with protein and fiber, then that helps us stop snacking on shite like sweets and sugars and blah blah blah. And then there's starch. So with starch, this includes things like, this is the bad carbohydrates. When someone tells you to like cut down carbs, this is what they mean. They don't mean cut out carbs, even though they might say that. They mean cut down starchy carbohydrates. So these are things like bread, white or brown bread, pasta, rice, crisps, cake, etc. So again, these are the things that Dave down at the gym told you to cut down when he said cut down carbs. Finally, the sugars. Sugars include table sugars, natural fruit. So even though fruit is high in fiber, it's still high in sugars as well. So we need to eat as much fruit as possible, but again, not too much. You can eat too much of anything. We can have too much water, we can drown, we can have too much of sunlight, we get skin cancer. Too much of anything is bad, isn't it? Everything in moderation. So with fruit, yes, we still need to eat fruit, but again, if we're trying to lose weight, we've got to bear in mind that all these sugars, it's bad for his teeth, it's bad for his, if you've got diabetes, it raises sugar content in your blood, and it doesn't fill us up as well. So if we get fibrous foods from vegetables, and this will help satiety longer. Fruit has kind of like a short burst of energy. It's a fast-acting carbohydrate. Well, most vegetables are slow-acting fibrous foods, so slow-acting carbohydrates. But just to clarify, fruit is very important for our health, no matter what Dave down at the gym tells you. So when we eat, we need a good variety of all the different macronutrients to maintain health. The reason being, when we break down our macronutrients, we get micronutrients. These include all the vitamins and minerals our bodies need to stay healthy. Everybody wants to know what the perfect meal would look like. So the perfect meal would look like this. Every meal you need to eat 1 portion of protein on the plate. So 1 portion of protein, you can use your hands, size of your fist. The majority of fibrous foods on the plate, use your hand, a minimum of that hand, a maximum of that hand. A palm size of starch, a white potato, some rice, some bread, some like a Yorkshire pudding, or some chips or some crisps, and no more than a thumb size of fat. So this would be fat from bacon, or meat fat, or olive oil fat, or healthy fat, any kind of fats, avocado.